Brand new A24 horror movie that just hit theaters on Friday the 13th. The film stars Nina Kiri as the character of Evie Babbage, who is a co-host of a paranormal podcast. They get sent emails and they listen to these recordings and try to decode if they are fake, if they are real. But she's by herself in her mother's house. She's taking care of her ailing mother. And the co-host of this podcast, Justin, played by Adam DeMarco, who we only hear through her FaceTime podcast calls with Evie, gets sent 10 mysterious voice memos. And as they go one by one, things become more intense. She can't tell if they're fake, if they're real, if they're even in her house. And as we get closer to that 10th file, things begin to pick up. The film is 94 minutes and is rated R. Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new review here at Max Talks Movies. My name is Max and we're talking Undertone. So if you guys are new, please hit that subscribe button. Ring that bell so notified when my videos hit the channel. I do movie, TV show reviews, added theater reactions, movie franchise rankings. Plus, I love breaking down the box office every single week. So please subscribe, ring the bell, comment down below. Leave a comment, by the way, as well. I respond to all comments. First of all, if you saw this movie, did you like it? Did you not like it? If you have not seen it, tell me, first of all, have you heard of this movie? Or is this a movie that you think you want to skip and see at the comfort of your home? Love to hear your thoughts on Undertone down in the comments. And also, guys, please hit that thumbs up button. So, I was actually excited for Undertone. The trailers and the marketing I thought were extremely smart for this movie. And whenever you get an A24 low budgeted horror movie, you get me excited. I'm a massive fan of A24, especially their horror division. So I was excited for Undertone. And this movie had unbelievable buzz out of the festival season, people saying it's one of the scariest films they've ever seen. And while I don't think this movie, at least in my opinion, is like scary, I felt very tense and thrilled more than I was scared, I would say. This is a film that is, as I said, definitely going to inspire a lot of filmmakers because the film basically takes place in one house and really one room. We basically are watching Evie do these podcasts. In between, she'll go up to her mother's bedroom and take care of her mom. But other than that, we're in this home throughout the entire movie, only really following Evie throughout the film. Yes, she has a co-host who on the podcast who we hear a lot in the movie. We never physically see him at all, even on FaceTime or anything like that. So the film rests on the shoulders of Nina Kiri because she is, again, the entire film. But what this movie does expertly with its limited setting, and because it's just in one room or one house, is the movie does create such an amazing atmosphere. The moment you start getting these anonymous emails and Justin and Evie are playing them, these audio files from this weird email, the movie does a really good job as each one plays, the movie ratchets up its intensity and its scares. Because as I said, there's 10 files on this email, and when it's the first file, you're like, okay, we're getting into this. But as we keep going, the movie does crescendo and really build as each file is played. And I thought that was a really innovative way to build pace during the film. I think Nina Kiri is also excellent in this film. As I said, the whole film is on her shoulders, and she clearly is dealing with a lot. Her mom is never awake. She's not drinking or eating. She clearly has this estranged boyfriend situation that she's trying to figure out. Her only sanity is doing this paranormal podcast. And I thought what made even the podcast stand out part of the movie is our lead character of Evie. She is a very much a skeptic. Whenever she hears something, she thinks it's a hoax. She thinks it's AI. She thinks it's fake. While her co-host Justin, voiced by Adam DeMarco, believes that everything is real. And that's a really good balance to have because the character who's getting spooked, who thinks something is off, is the skeptic of the podcast host. And when she's even questioning things, you start questioning things as well. Because this is the person who completely doubts the paranormal, completely doubts that there's ghosts or things of that nature. And as we get more intensified on, is this probably happening? She's also with the audience getting that same feeling. So I really enjoyed that as well. The sound design, sound mixing is immaculate in this movie. The film uses really unique times to use sound. If it's a ringtone, if it's a clock, if it's just voiceovers of child songs, the film is creepy, yes, with the atmosphere and the dark nature of the film, but it's really all to the sound. And as someone who loves when sound is such a major focus in a movie, it is really a central focus here as well. So I really enjoyed that. On a negative level, I don't think the movie comes all the way together towards the third act. And while I loved the building of the crescendo of each file, we get more intense. As I said, every two or three files that we listen to, we kind of take a break. And Evie goes to tend to her mom, or she goes walking around the house doing her regular things. I think the movie kind of comes to a halt. So it's not like a structurally flawed movie, but I think the problem here is every time we're on the actually filming, they're filming the podcast episode, the film is intense, on the edge of your seat. But it feels like we kind of pull the plug out of that each time they take a break filming the podcast. It's like three or four times in the movie they have to stop filming, and she needs to care for her mom. I think the movie just isn't as intense or interesting and kind of can be boring when she's kind of just maneuvering around the house and taking care of the mom. I then lock right back in when she's focusing on the podcast, but I do think it's a major structure issue that I wish either it could have been tighter because again the film's only 94 minutes, but they could have even made it shorter and gave less time in between podcast filming episodes, or made the in between podcast episodes just more interesting because I think both could have made this movie significantly better. Honestly, one of my favorite movies of the year. And I'm very mixed on the ending. I enjoyed how crazy the last 20 minutes of the ending, but I also thought they could have gone even crazier. And I didn't feel like it was the most satisfying ending. I love how this movie is. It doesn't always show you what's going on, and I like that, but I would have liked a little more satisfying feeling when the film was done. But that is my thoughts, guys, on Undertone. I think it's a really good A24 horror movie. I don't think it's great, but I think it's a really solid A24 horror film. I'm giving it a 3.5 out of 5 here, guys. I am going 73% for Undertone. So what are your thoughts on Undertone? Let me know down in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you guys in another video very soon.